Captain America Civil War. Before we go any further, let me just say that this film should have pretty much been called Avengers Civil War. I don't know why they bother calling it Captain America, because he shares about the same amount of screen time as Iron Man does. And this film isn't really so much about him. At least I got the impression that it's not really about him in particular, so yeah, I always thought it was a bit of a curious decision why they didn't just call it Avengers Civil War, because this feels very much like an Avengers film. But anyway, I'm kind of digressing, so yes, Captain America Civil War. Is this film any good? Absolutely. I like this film a lot. I like it better than Age of Ultron. I thought Age of Ultron was really good. There's a couple of little complaints I have about it. I mean, for one thing, there are two very different tones in this film. The tone where it's between Captain America and Iron Man is like, it can get really dark sometimes, you know, it can get really, really dark and serious. And then you get some really light-hearted fun moments, like this, well, in the middle of the film, when you see in the trailer the two rows of heroes fight each other. They're in this airport hangar. And it's a really, really good fight. It's a really, really good fight. When they have that massive fight in the middle, sorry, you have like I can't remember who it was. It's like Vision, War Machine, Iron Man, Black Panther, Spider-Man on one side, and Captain America. I'm forgetting some of the names, but you saw from the trailer basically. When you see all the heroes fight each other, it's really, really good. It's really, really fun. And I thought Spider-Man, who makes his official cinematic Marvel Universe debut, I hope I said that right, at least this incarnation of Spider-Man does anyway, I thought Spider-Man was really good. I didn't really think too much of the casting decision when I first heard about who was playing him, but I have to say, you know, seeing him on the big screen, I thought he was really good. I think he may even be better than Andrew Garfield, and I thought Andrew Garfield was a pretty good Spider-Man. So yeah, I'm very happy with this newest incarnation of Spider-Man. And the chemistry between Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, you know, their characters, I thought that was really good. Because even though that the film was a little bit jarring for the fact that half the film was just so dark and serious, and then the other half was quite light-hearted and fun, I thought the emotional confrontation between the two, you know, between their characters, was really, really well done. It was very well handled. It was really well done, and I'm very happy with that. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing what happens in the next Avengers film anyway, with regards to the aftermath of what happened in this film. And there's quite a few fun moments in Civil War. There's a moment where Vision is cooking, and that was just hilarious to me. I don't know, I might be the minority though, but when you see he's wearing this sort of like, I don't know, this very just average jumper and shirt underneath, and my Vision is like this big purple guy with this gem rock in his head, and I don't know, just seeing him cook, it was just funny to me. It really was. But hey, you know, actually, you know, I've just spent a few minutes talking about Civil War. I haven't told you what the film is even about. Well, you really need to see Winter Soldier to get a lot of what's happening in this film, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but what it comes down to is that the Avengers are pretty much running without any real control over them. When they're fighting evil, when they're fighting bad guys, Hydra and all the rest, they're getting a bit out of hand. In most of these fights, so they tend to be a lot of collateral damage, and the United Nations have decided, right, you need to reel it in a bit. If you're going to continue to function as an entity, you need to be, well, you need to have a leash put on you pretty much, and there needs to be a bit more control so that you don't keep destroying everything around you in these big fights. And the team basically gets split in two. We have Captain America on one end with a few of the heroes, and Iron Man on the other end with the other heroes. And, oh, I must say, Black Panther's debut in this film, he was really good. He was one of my favourite characters, because I don't know, I don't know anything about Black Panther, but I liked his character a lot, and I connected with him straight away. can't really snap my fingers very well, so yeah. But yeah, I connected with Black Panther straight away. I thought he was really, really good. The villain in this film, I can't remember his name, but I won't spoil who he is or anything like that, but I thought the villain was pretty weak. I mean, his reasons behind what he was doing in this film, I thought they were good reasons, and his story was pretty good. But considering everything else that was going on in Civil War, I thought that the villain was kind of just there. I mean, there was a few times I actually forgot he was even there, quite frankly. And I think that whilst I understand the villain's purpose in this film, I thought it was a pretty good purpose, this film could have easily functioned without a villain at all, because it wasn't about the next great evil in the next cinematic chapter of Marvel. It was basically this team of heroes that fought together so many times, crumbling before you. And I think that would have been better, really, to go forward with that. One thing that did surprise me is that they didn't really have any kind of next... Well, how should I say this? They didn't really drop an Easter egg into the next big Marvel film. Like for example, I would have thought that there would have been some kind of big Easter egg for Infinity Wars. At least if there was, I didn't notice it. So unless it was extremely subtle, but yeah, that was one thing that did surprise me. I mean, it's not a big deal or anything like that. It's just that Marvel films tend to drop a load of Easter eggs for the next film upcoming, or a connected film to something else. And with this film, they didn't really do it, at least with regards to Infinity War, so it was just a bit surprising. But yeah, would I recommend watching this film? Absolutely. If you're a Marvel fan, you've already seen this film, and as I said, I think this is perhaps the best Marvel film that's ever been released so far anyway. So yeah, go see it in cinemas. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.